Hello, Capricorn. Welcome back to another episode of Solari Tarot. It's Greg here. I'm here to do your weekly, another week. Can you freaking believe it? It's amazing. I'm happy to be here with you. I hope that you'll like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell in the corner so you know when I'm uploading new videos. Yeah, this will be for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Capricorn. Not going to resonate with everybody. That's not how general readings like this work. Obviously, you guys know this. No personal readings right now, just doing videos for you here. Excuse me. I have Rona. Just kidding. I don't really. Yeah, let's get right into your reading. Guys, this week you have a really interesting energy because there is an old way of doing things for you, Capricorn, that you're cutting off here this week. There is a method that you have used that doesn't work for you. It could have something to do with sometimes you not being receptive or being resistant, which in turn causes an imbalance. I think of the ocean. We also have the ocean here from the Archetypes deck. I think of the ocean as in the waves. Maybe there's an imbalance in the ebb and flow. Maybe it's important for you to learn how to dance with the ebb and flow here this week and be receptive to it. This, in essence, will walk you through a threshold where an old way of doing things goes away. You have death here. The eternal cycle begins here. What's interesting about this energy here is that I think of it very much like the death of an old way of doing things. It's just an intuition I'm having. Some complex mind system that you've built, you might be opening up some of the windows you boarded up in your mind and being receptive to letting a little sunlight in. This is helping you find a sense of balance right now. I do want to look into the tarot though. Duh. So let's do that. Tell me about Capricorn. Virgo had a similar reading with the threshold. They didn't have this card, but they had a card that kind of referenced a magic hour or a special moment or walking through the door. And my friend Lulu, I love at House of Oshun, always mentions walking through the door of value. And I love to use that figure of speech. I think it's one of her cards in one of her decks, but she sings this little tune every time she does it, and it just makes me happy. And I feel this way for you here in the week. Walking through the door of value, an old way of doing things goes away. Yeah, and you're celebrating this, you're happy about this. There is a sense that it's almost like learning that receptivity helps you receive, you know? Yeah. Once again, 10 of Swords, 3 of Cups, an old way of doing things is at the end. There is the death of a previous way, a previous structure, a previous system. I think this has a lot to do with you. For a lot of you, to be honest, I think this is a complex system of giving, and never being open to receiving, being resistant to receive. Or when you receive, you assume there's an ulterior motive. Learning to receive love, help, value from the things, people that you love in your life is a good thing. It provides balance for you here. You're celebrating this new idea here in the week. You're like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna have to open up some of these boarded up windows. Page of Pentacles. It's You may be very quickly beginning some new projects here this week, and whatever it is in the past that was holding you back, you're receptive now to education, you're receptive now to a better way of doing something. There's no pride or ego holding you back from it. You're actually celebrating this new knowledge that you're coming into this week. Because of this, there are some important correspondences that Spirit wants me to remind you to pay attention to this week. Some emails that could be of great importance. For some of you, this could have to do with a new job, a new experience, a new opportunity, a new scholarship, something like this. Some of you may be traveling by air this week. For some of you, strangely enough, for a baby shower. Or you're going to go celebrate. You may be traveling to celebrate something, and when you go, you let go of something while you're there and find a balance and find a receptivity that you hadn't found before. But there's energy that's very quickly moving into your chart here in the week, Capricorn. The Magician and Judgment as well. Two cards that also came out for Virgo. Yeah. Interesting, because it is a similar message to Virgo in that you need to receive, but Virgo didn't have a resistance to receiving. And for whatever reason, you do. You have some resistance to receiving something. And I don't know what this is for you, but I think it's an old way of thinking or an old way of doing things. It's going away. You're done with it. The second that you do this, the universe is like, oh, right? And then the magician is enlightened and all of the pieces fall into place. Very cool. What is the message here for Capricorn? Seven of Swords, Seven of Wands. Here's the Devil on the bottom too. For some of you guys, I think you were holding yourself back in some way because of this old way of being. You were holding yourself back, and I almost want to say you were hating yourself in some way. Or you were just giving yourself a really, really, really hard time. And I literally see a boat on the ocean just being overtaken by the storm, by the waves. And the universe opens up the clouds and puts a hand out and says, here, grab my hand. And you always say, no, I can do this. No. Wow. I don't know if it's like you feel like you've got something to prove here, Capricorn, or you want to prove that you can do it, but like this old way of being needs to go away. And I believe it is going away this week. And I honestly think it's a non-challenging thing for you. I think you're like, God, I got to drop this resistance. I got to receive too. I can't just give and do and do and do and do and be the hero of this story because I'm giving out all of my reserves and I need to save some. And the universe is like, here, have my backup reserves. And you're like, no. But I think this week you're reaching for the universe's hand in some way. Anything else for Cappies before we clarify? Anything else for Capricorn before we clarify? 3 more shuffles. Okay. Tell me about the 10 of Swords here for Capricorn for the week. Okay. This is what we're taking. This is what we're not taking. We have the Knight of Wands and we have the 6 of Pentacles. Oh, and something else. The 4 of Cups. Yep. Wherever you were that the 10 of Swords is referencing, I think it was very much give. Love, 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 love. And there was never anything for you to receive. This always left you feeling like, God, I have no energy. God, I don't even know what to do with myself. Like, I can give somebody else the best advice of what to do, but when I'm supposed to practice that in my own life, I can't even begin. And I don't even have the energy to because I've already given that to everybody else. This is stopping. You're putting a stop to this. And this week, you're probably seeing a reason why. Like, right? Like, you're seeing a reason why you've got to be met in the middle. And when you ask to be met in the middle, you will be. It's when you don't ask for that. And why you do that, that's your own business. I don't know your life. We all do it for a different reason. Why we overgive, or why we overserve, or why we overlove. We all have a reason for doing it, right? But the thing is that what is yours? What is the resistance of something you've not resolved? That sits under your skin always, that you know needs to go. Tell me about the Three of Cups. The Hanged Man. Yes, you're just seeing it differently. You're surrendering to the old way. You're letting go of the old system. You're starting again. You're starting fresh. It feels a little uncomfortable, but also exciting at the same time. But your mind is changing. Your perspective straight up is changing. You're just being enlightened. Page of Pentacles. You're just feeling differently. You don't want to be in the Four of Cups place. You don't want to be dissatisfied with your surroundings. 10 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles. On the Page of Pentacles. There are new opportunities coming that will bring you great comfort. Where is the 10 of Swords? Get comfortable. Leave the 10 of Swords in the past. It's an old way of being. It's not serving you here. That's for sure. 8 of Pentacles. It's gonna take effort from you guys, straight up. But you are celebrating here in the week. You're like, man, you know what? That way held me back. I can't even believe I ever thought that way. I can't even believe I entertained that negative thought. I can't even believe I was like that. I was in that crazy place. You're walking through the threshold where things are different, where comfort is available to you here. And this week, the message is to drop the unnecessary defenses that you've put up, because it's like you're trying to protect yourself and that's working, but the universe is also trying to get in. Tell me about the Judgment card. And here is the universe saying, hey, I'm trying to open a door, right? Tell me about the Judgment card. Page of Wands. It's like the universe opens a cloud, reaches a hand out, and sets you on fire in the best way. What's burning away here from you is what's supposed to. And what's still moisturized on the inside, what's still alive, is staying. You know, I'm thinking about a forest. You know, they say that when a volcano erupts, it is a bad thing because it kills all of the wildlife around, or like when a forest fire happens, it actually does cleanse the forest as well. It's awful, but it does encourage new growth. It burns what is not meant to be alive. And I know that almost sounds so like, I don't know. I'm just saying, what is the 10 of Swords for you? What is getting burned away that doesn't need to be there? Because this really is the message for you here this week. Tell me about the Magician card, please. Two of Cups, Two of Pentacles. Magic is available to you here. I've been saying that to a lot of signs. I think that's just because in the collective energy, it's true. Magic is available to us at all times. We can't toss around it. We have to come into union with it. In our Two of Pentacles, we're tossing it around. Yes, no, maybe so, juggling a lot of things, not exactly sure. It's not 10 of Swords because it's not over. We're not exactly letting it be. We haven't really moved into the forward movement of what the Magician would be representing, the initial spark. If this has to do with love or union for any of you, you got to be open to receiving it. There could be a message here for somebody, because this 7 of Swords is kind of sitting on top of this 2 of Cups accidentally, and they're not clarifiers, but I almost feel like some of you guys could not be receptive to receiving love because you don't think you're worthy of having it. And that could apply to anything you want to come into union with. You have to be open to receiving it. You put up some resistance like, fine, I don't fucking want it anyway. But this is an old way of being. Doesn't work. It's a primal reaction that doesn't serve. And there is a realization here this week that, like, you know what? I gotta do something about this. Tell me about the Seven of Swords, please. The Eight of Swords, exactly. There is a little bit of self-sabotaging going on here for you. And I think this week you're like, oh, I'm doing this. Like, I'm telling myself I'm not lovable. That's why I'm not feeling love. I'm telling myself I don't know what you're telling yourself, to be honest, but usually whenever it's in the Eight of Swords, it ain't good, baby. And it's definitely trapping you, and it's definitely holding you back, and it's definitely what needs to be in your Ten of Swords, and it's definitely the reason that the Death card came out first, and it's definitely the reason that the Receptive card, Hathor, the goddess, came out second. Duh. Something that's got to be left in the past, that's not serving in the now. Ugh. I just want to say this cold brew coffee is from Starbucks. And I know you guys always see me doing the Dunkin', but today we're doing the Starbucks. I gotta be honest with you, it's like a cold brew that you keep in your fridge. It tastes like shit. So Starbucks, do better. Ugh, it tastes like fucking peanuts. I don't know. It's not good. All right. Starbucks is gonna have to do better. Tell me about the Seven of Wands. Like, damn, he just came for Starbucks. The Sun card. The Strength card. I see that this week you are definitely building momentum. That is definitely leading you to a place where there is positivity, joy, vitality, happiness, really good energy. But I don't even really think that there's any... Well, let's just clarify the Eight of Wands. Seven of Swords, Five of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, Page of Swords, Page of Pentacles. All of it. Opportunities are coming in for you this week. Somebody's got their eye on you in some way. This could be somebody that communicated with you for a while, quit communicating with you. However, wherever there is sneakiness, trickery, illusion, fantasy within you, within somebody else, whether there is lying, cheating, stealing, conflict causing, wherever this is coming from, I think for a lot of you it's coming from this old way of being. But if there is other people causing conflict or being sneaky or tricky around you, just make sure that you're paying attention to the correspondences, right? What is the Ten of Swords that needs to get burned away? Because it's your message here for the week. Faux show. Guys, it is nice to be back here with you on this channel, and it is really nice to be doing these readings again. YouTube has forsaken the algorithm, and I haven't posted in like almost a year. So, you know, our audience is smaller, but I kind of like it this way, guys. I think it's nice that we can be intimate with each other. And I know that this video is being watched by the right people, and that's kind of all I can ask for. I don't really have some intention on this channel to be some big, super tarot reader. It's just not who I am. I just feel like I gotta do these readings for you, and I want to be here, and I want to keep the conversation going, and I want to be able to meet in the middle too, but still give. Like, I don't want to be not doing anything. I want to be there for you. So I love you. I'll see you next week. I hope you have a great week. Email me if you need, baby. Talk to you soon. Bye.